The year is 1943. World War II rages on, engulfing the globe in chaos and bloodshed. Amidst this maelstrom, a daring plan is hatched. Operation Mincemeat. A lifeless body washes ashore on the Spanish coast, clutching a briefcase, one of the most unlikely turning points. This was the crux of Operation Mincemeat, a high-stakes game. At the heart of this extraordinary operation were two brilliant minds. Ewan Montague, a naval intelligence officer, and Charles Cholmondeley, an RAF officer. Together, they orchestrated one of the most successful wartime plans in history. Their audacious plan was to plant false documents on a corpse, diverting German troops from the true target, Sicily. It was the most successful British deception operation of the Second World War to disguise the 1943 Allied invasion of Sicily, a major campaign of World War II, which was a global conflict and the deadliest in history, between two coalitions, the Allies and the Axis powers. Nearly all the world's countries, including all the great powers, participated, with many investing all available economic, industrial and scientific capabilities in pursuit of total war, blurring the distinction between military and civilian resources. To divert some of the Axis forces to other areas, the Allies engaged in several deception operations, the most famous and successful of which was Operation Mincemeat. The success of Operation Mincemeat hinged on meticulous planning and unwavering attention to detail. Montague and Cholmondeley needed the perfect candidate for their macabre plan. They needed a body, but not just any body. Enter Glyndwr Michael, a Welshman who had taken his own life. His body became the centerpiece of Operation Mincemeat. They dressed him as an officer of the Royal Marines and placed personal items on him, identifying him as the fictitious captain. He was reborn as William Martin, a fictitious Royal Marine officer. The name Martin was selected because there were several men with that name of about that rank in the Royal Marines. As a Royal Marine, Major Martin came under Admiralty authority, and it would be easy to ensure that all official inquiries and messages about his death would be routed to the Naval Intelligence Division. Additionally, Royal Marines would wear battle dress, which was easily obtainable and came in standard sizes. The rank of acting major made him senior enough to be entrusted with sensitive documents, but not so prominent that anyone would expect to know him. Every detail of William Martin's life was meticulously crafted. This commitment to realism was key to its success. With William Martin's identity firmly established, Montague and Cholmondeley turned their attention to the most crucial element of the deception, the documents he would carry. These papers, seemingly top-secret dispatches, had to be convincing enough to fool even the most astute German intelligence analysts. Correspondence between two British generals that suggested that the Allies planned to invade Greece and Sardinia, with Sicily as merely the target of a feint, was also placed on the body. The documents, carefully crafted to resemble genuine military correspondence, outlined a detailed plan for an Allied invasion of Greece and Sardinia, effectively diverting attention from the real target, Sicily. To further enhance the illusion and trick Hitler, the documents were marked personal and most secret, lending an air of authenticity to the deception. These fabricated dispatches were not simply typed and placed in William Martin's briefcase, as that would be far too simple. Instead, they were aged, crumpled, stained with coffee, and even singed at the edges, as if they had been hastily retrieved from a burning vehicle. The devil, as they say, is in the details. And it was these seemingly insignificant details that would lend credence to the deception, planting the seeds of doubt in the minds of the German High Command. After all, what could be more convincing than a dead man with secrets? To reinforce the impression of Martin being a real person, Montague and Cholmondeley provided corroborative details to be carried on his person, known in espionage circles as wallet or pocket litter. These included a photograph of an invented fiancée named Pam. The image was of an MI5 Clark jean. 2 love letters from Pam were included in the pocket litter, as was a receipt for a diamond engagement ring from a jewellery shop. Montague said that the target should be casually but clearly identified, that it should name Sicily and another location as cover, and that it should be in an unofficial correspondence that would not normally be sent by diplomatic courier or encoded signal. With the stage set, the time had come to launch Operation Mincemeat. Montague and Cholmondeley gave consideration to the location of the corpse's delivery. It had long been assumed by the pair that the western coast of Spain would be the ideal location. The body was initially planned to be the victim of an aeroplane crash, and it was decided that to try to simulate the accident at sea using flares and other devices, but it could be too risky and open to discovery. So after seaplanes and surface ships were dismissed as being problematic, a submarine was chosen as the method of delivering the corpse to the region. On the night of April 30th, 1943, the Committee of the Chiefs of Staff met and agreed that they thought the plan should proceed. The committee informed Colonel John Bevan, the head of London Controlling Section, which controlled the planning and coordination of deception operations, that he needed to obtain final approval from Churchill. 2 days later, Bevan met the Prime Minister, who was in bed, wearing a dressing gown and smoking a cigar in his rooms at the Cabinet War Offices, and explained the plan. He warned Churchill that there were several aspects that could go wrong, including that the Spaniards might pass the corpse back to the British, with the papers unread. Churchill gave his approval to the operation and replied that in that case we shall have to get the body back and give it another swim. In the early hours of the 17th of April 1943, the corpse of Michael was dressed as Martin, was gently deposited into the sea off the coast of Spain. The submarine carrying out this macabre mission surfaced near Huelva, a Spanish port known for its strong German presence. The body, clad in a life jacket and chained to his precious briefcase, was released into the currents, left to drift towards the shore, a silent messenger carrying a deadly secret. Now all that remained was the agonizing wait. Would the body be discovered? Would the Spanish authorities, known for their sympathies towards the Germans, play along? Would the Germans, renowned for their intelligence-gathering capabilities, see through the ruse? Every passing hour seemed an eternity as Montague, Cholmondeley and their team anxiously awaited news. The fate of Operation Mincemeat, and indeed the lives of countless soldiers, hung precariously in the balance. The body of Major Martin was found at around 9:30 a.m. on the 30th of April 1943 by a local fisherman. It was taken to Huelva by Spanish soldiers, where it was handed over to a naval judge. The Spanish authorities, though officially neutral, were more than willing to cooperate with their German counterparts. The body of William Martin was duly handed over to the Germans, his briefcase and its precious contents seemingly intact. Unbeknownst to the Germans, their every move was being shadowed by British intelligence, codebreakers in London working tirelessly to decipher intercepted German communications confirmed that the bait had been taken. The Germans were hooked. The documents, meticulously analysed by German intelligence, were deemed genuine. Hitler ordered the diversion of troops from Sicily to Greece, bolstering defences in anticipation of an Allied invasion that would never come. The deception was a resounding success. The Germans, blinded by their own preconceived notions and a healthy dose of British cunning, had swallowed the bait, hook, line and sinker. Operation Mincemeat had achieved its objective. However, some historians debate that the relative ease with which the Allies captured Sicily was not entirely because of mincemeat. It was other factors, including Hitler's distrust of the Italians and his unwillingness to risk German troops alongside Italian troops who may have been on the point of a general surrender. So, Operation Mincemeat is said to have less impact on the course of the Sicily campaign. The diversion of German troops from Sicily paved the way for a successful Allied invasion of the island, a crucial turning point in the war in Europe. With Sicily under Allied control, the soft underbelly of the Axis powers lay exposed. The Italian campaign, though long and arduous, would ultimately lead to the downfall of Mussolini and the weakening of the Axis war machine. For the Allies, it was a much-needed victory, a testament to their ingenuity and determination. For the Germans, it was a stark reminder of their vulnerability to deception. And Operation Mincemeat, that audacious, improbable plan, had played a pivotal role in shifting the balance of power.